Welcome back. It's been a long time I did a bit of live stream. Been a while. Welcome back to my channel. This is Arsenal Precinct. I know the last time we did a live stream, it was called Soccer Highway 304. Decided to change the name, try to make it better. Back again. It's Arsenal Precinct. Welcome back to the live stream. Please like the video, and if you're not yet subscribed and you like my content, please do me a favor by liking the content too. So we are going to be talking about a player. Before I get into the player, guys, we know it's going to be an interesting winter. What am I saying? Winter window, because we know since the injury to Jesus, we know we need to bring in players. It's very imperative we bring in players. We cannot continue with kind of attack we have. I'm not throwing shit on Eddie. I think Eddie can do a decent job, but maybe if Eddie gets injured, we are left with nothing, and we cannot afford to take that huge risk. In my opinion, we cannot afford to take that huge risk. We need to bring in a player, whether it's a conventional striker, maybe a winger who can play as a striker sometimes. We just need to actually bring in what I call a forward, a reinforcement, and we are being heavily linked with Mykhalo Mudryk. Now, for me, I've seen it. I'm sure, just like some of you, we've gone to YouTube to watch some of his clips. I've seen a few of his games. He's a very good player for me. Rapid, quick, two-footed. Predominantly, he plays on the left wing, but as an inside forward. His dominant foot is the right foot, right? But he can play on the left, he can play on the right. I'm not sure about the middle. I'm not too sure about that. But this player is a very, very good player. A while ago, we saw this tweet from David Ornstein. Arsenal priority for January window is Mykhalo Mudryk. No agreements, but conversation happening. And 21-year-old Shakhtar Donetsk winger King. Sources say deal can be done for lower than 100 million euros public valuation. So it's looking like Arsenal actually keen on this player. Like I said in the beginning of this live stream, we need to bring in reinforcement. There's no two way about it. We need to bring in reinforcement if we want to continue to maintain our lead on top of the table. We know Manchester City has juggernauts behind us. Even though we're leading with 5 points, they can bridge that gap. Man City are that team full of experience. They've done it before. They've won the league 3 times. They have the T-shirt. They have the experienced squad. They have an experienced manager. We cannot afford to rely on luck and probabilities. We can't. We cannot afford to do that. We need to bring reinforcement. This is the time for the Cronkies to actually open the purse strings. This is the time for Edu and Arteta to actually end their buck. Unfortunately, we will not be having Jesus for at least 3 months. And we know, even though I might not be so pessimistic about Nketiah, the main point is that if Nketiah gets injured, we have nobody. I understand Martinelli can play there, but we know Smith-Rowe. We are not too sure about the form which Smith-Rowe will come in after his injury. We have all high hopes for Smith-Rowe, and I like Smith-Rowe. I think he's a very good player. He was one of the highest goal scorers last season, but with no cause of his growing injuries, he has not been able to actually contribute to the team. He has not played this season, so we cannot technically heavily rely on Smith-Rowe because we don't know the form in which he will come in. So we need to bring in at least one forward or striking reinforcement. Now, we can talk about the midfield later, but let's focus on Mykhalo. So why do I think Mykhalo Mudryk will fit the bill? Because he's that kind of player that will suit the project we are doing. He's a young player, even though he has not proven himself aside from playing in Ukraine. But you can see the talent there. You can see this guy is quick. This guy wants to play for Arsenal. Arteta is keen on him. Edu is keen on him. So that makes it easier for the player to come and actually bed in. Now, some of us ask the question, how does this, what are the guarantees that if Mudryk comes to Arsenal, he will actually hit the ground running? There is no guarantees on any transfer. You can even get transfer within the league, and they might flop. Case in point, let's not forget Torres from Liverpool to Chelsea. We saw how that went sideways. You saw from Arsenal Sanchez to Manchester United. We saw how that went sideways. So even transfer within England itself sometimes doesn't go according to plan. This is a risk that we have to take, but I think it's a well thought out risk and a calculated risk. Like I say, he's a young player. We can see the potential to be a top talent and a world class player. I said potential. I'm not saying he's a world class player. The potential is there. So I think Mudryk could fit the bill. I've seen him play a few times, and you can see his explosiveness on the ball. The fact that he can pick up the ball, drive at players, dribble, he scores goals, and he wants to take his game to the next level. Coming to join an Arsenal team that had likes of Odegaard, Fabio Vieira, Partey, Xhaka, those kind of players will actually amplify his game, make him play in a very what I'll call a better environment compared to Shakhtar Donetsk. I'm not saying Shakhtar Donetsk are not a good team, but compared to Arsenal, come on, it's like night and day. Let's be real. I respect the Ukrainian league and I respect Shakhtar Donetsk, but Shakhtar Donetsk is not on the same level with Arsenal. Let's call it what it is. Let's call it what it is. Shakhtar Donetsk is not on the same level as Arsenal. So if you look at the question I'm asking about this transfer, Mykhalo Mudryk, is it that player? I think he's that player. He's that player that had the necessary verve to our team. Is that player that you can tell is bigger than Shakhtar at the moment. Now, there's no guarantees this deal will go through. But from all the noises we are hearing from the player himself, he has done a few interviews this year, name dropping Arsenal. We know that the sporting director of Shakhtar Donetsk had an interview with the Athletic talking about the move. He called it. It could be like a 50-50. There's a possibility he will move this winter. And when they asked him about the possibility, he called it 50-50. So for Shakhtar to be talking about it, for the player talking about it, the Indian talking about it, there is a chance that you can get done. And Arsenal are keen. Now, the stumbling block for me might be the price tag. We know Shakhtar publicly are holding for 100 million euros. We are hearing rumors that privately they will take in excess of 50 to 60 million euros, which is like a healthy drop in price from what they are telling us publicly. So I think it can be done. And the player is 21, is young. He doesn't have any known injury records. His availability, which is the best tool for a player, is relatively healthy. I won't say relatively healthy. I think he's healthy. He hardly gets injured. He has not had any major surgery. So I think this is a deal Arsenal can get done. I think it's a deal Arsenal can get this deal done. Now, about the price, we know a lot of us have been calling out the Kroenke case for not actually opening the purse strings for the last few years. But you look at the last 2 or 3 years, Arsenal have been very generous to Arteta. The Kroenkes have been very generous, regardless of what the media want to paint them like. Since they actually own the club 100%, they've been spending a bit more freely. So let's give them their flowers regarding that part. So will this deal get done? Guys, I want to know your opinion. Do you think Arsenal can actually get this deal done? Because we know Shakhtar Donetsk are tough negotiators. They are very tough to negotiate with. I remember when Manchester United got Fred, it was a long, drawn-out, protracted deal. They are notorious for that. So, this is the first deal Arsenal actually doing that I'm aware of with Shakhtar Donetsk. I don't know how Edu and the likes can pull this off. Because, like I said, publicly, they are demanding a whopping 100 million euros. It's their player. They can place any price tag on it. And he has at least 3 to 4 years on his deal. So, Shakhtar they have the power right now. They have the power. The player might be pushing for the move, but Shakhtar have the power. The player don't have the power because he signed that contract and he has to honor it unless Arsenal can buy out that contract and they have to agree terms in terms of fees to what Shakhtar Donetsk is requesting or asking for. So like I said, I want him, even though we've been linked to the likes of Felix too. But for me, Felix is not that conventional winger. Doesn't have the rapidness or pace that Mudryk have. So it doesn't mean I won't take Felix, but I think Mudryk will fit the bill. And let's not forget, the player is keen to join us at the Emirates. That makes it more interesting. If a player is keen, that makes it more interesting. So, like I said, is the player I want at the Emirates. Ateta wants him, Edu wants him. I'm sure majority of the fans, if you do a poll now, majority of fans want Mudryk to join us. So I don't know which way this deal will go. Let's see what's going to happen this summer. Guys, let me know in the comment section. Do you think Arsenal can pull it off? And do you think Mudryk is a player? Do you think he's overrated or is overhyped? Or do you think he's worth the hype? Let me know. Do you think he's worth the price tag Shakhtar Donetsk are actually placing on him? Or you just think Shakhtar are just trying to milk it? Let me know in the comment section. Again, like I said, the question is, Mykhalo Mudryk, is it that player? Is it that player that will take us to the next level? Is it that player that will push us to closer to us winning the league? Let me know in the comment section, guys. This is a short stream. It's been a while I did a live stream. Expect more tomorrow and in the coming weeks for me to do more live streams. Please support my channel by liking the video. If you're not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. Leave a like on the video, very, very important. And make sure your notification bells are turned on. Like I said, Mykhalo Mudryk, let me know your opinion on him. Do you think he's the right profile of player that will actually push Arsenal to the next level? Do you think it's overrated? Do you think we should get him, or you think we should abandon the deal? Maybe some of you might think the money is not just worth it. Maybe we should go for alternative profile of players in the attack. Let me know. Maybe you should go for a conventional striker instead of a winger. Let me know in the comment section. So, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm expected to do on that live stream tomorrow, guys. Like I said, do not forget to like the video, please, for the growth of the channel. It's very, very important. You like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed. Very, very important. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next stream.